All right. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, May 14th. Pretty uneventful overnight session following yesterday's lockout rally. Trend day move. NQ, for the most part, has spent the overnight sesh just churning around that 21,300 level of interest and the prior day high. So the main focus for this morning is going to be how price responds to 21,300 and that prior day high area. Pretty straightforward. Backdrop remains bullish. Taking a look at the daily, we do have two pretty large expansion days here, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some compression either today or in the very near future. So let's see how this open looks. There's no economic data today. Definitely may be a slower one. I'll be keeping a close eye on volume. We want to see how volume is looking, making sure there's actually an audience. Just taking a look at the year to date volume point of control. It is up here at about 770, 750 area. And about 1 minute till the open. So here's kind of a look at the overnight. Overnight low 238, overnight high 382. Still got our drawings from yesterday's session on there. Let's clear that off. There we go. Prior day volume point of control 290. Current session volume point of control at 277. You have VWAP right here near 300. Here comes the open, about 30 seconds. Prior day high 346, your nearest reference point. See how that prior day high is going to be treated. There's your prior day high. 21,346 on NQ. NASDAQ pressing the highs there. Nice push off the open so far. Overnight high is really the target here for this move, 382. Looks like you have YM already tested that overnight high. Russell into prior day low. Here's your overnight high, the 400 level of interest right overhead now. See if 400 actually trades. That was quick. Yeah, you got anyone short from overnight just getting steamrolled again. It's the steamroll special right there. See if 400 trades. There's your 400. Not a bad push. Found an entry there near the prior day high. Didn't love the location for the real opening drive entry down there near 310. Would rather see price sitting on 21,300. We'll make the most of it. Now I want to see how overnight high in this 21,400 level of interest is going to be treated. Got the trail in profit now. See if we get some market structure. It's down, trail's down there near the entry. I'd like to see if we get some a little bit of market structure here. See if we get the new high of day at least. There you go, new high of day. So the trail can go just beneath 385. Little microstructure point right there. Right near that overnight low. Look at the volume that hit when the overnight high broke. That's how you know shorts just got absolutely liquidated right there. Just decimated. Here comes the trail. See if the trail gets hit. Have it one tick below 380. Just in case this overnight high wants to hold. There's the trail. Not bad, not bad, not bad. We'll take it. We will take it. So I'm keeping an eye on 400 now. You have the overnight high there as a decent reference point, but proximity to the level of interest makes it a little tricky. See how this structure develops. Grab that intraday fib. 61% down there near the prior day high. Looks like that was another good trail there. Love to see that. Effective trail. Basically a level of interest to level of interest move. 300 to 400. You got a rejection at 400. Here's the 50% fib. Personally not interested. We'll see how prior day high responds again. So buyers took an interest there to the 50% fib. Good to see. No position personally, but it's always good to see. Just taking a look at some of the other indices here. Russell, very choppy. YM's looking pretty choppy. ES, you have down near the session low, rejected the overnight high. And it looks like the 59.25 level of interest. So right now, just chilling. Let that structure build. Got that opening 15-minute bar getting ready to close. All right, so that higher low failed, and we're back into the prior day high. Personally, still just with the one play so far this morning. Definitely not going to be the first one in here at the prior day high retest. Got ES into session low. Staying patient right now. Look at the wick on that opening 15-minute bar. NQ coming into session low. There's VWAP. Better volume now. Better volume here. I like to see how the 300 is going to be treated. New low of day? Not quite, almost. Almost. Oh, actually, I think I have my fib incorrect. Yeah, that was a new low of day. That was a new low of day right there. See if we get that real test at 300. There's your fresh low. coming into 300. Volume improving. All the other indices pounding the lows as well. So let's see if buyers have any interest here. So far, no. Next up, we have overnight low for the most part. 238. Overnight low. Let's check our RTH. So overnight gap, very small, but it fills at 258. Looks like ES into that 5900 level of interest. There's a level to level move for you. That's VWAP right here at 317. Start to bring that intraday fib back. Bumping into the underside of VWAP and the shallow fib. Give it a very quick try right there. Not the wait and see kind of trade. So we trail that one nice and tight. Sort of play you want to go immediately. At least I do. This right here is session volume point of control and the prior day volume point of control. A lot of volume through this 290 area. Buyers still interested there. 38% fib. It's a decent re-entry. See if it holds this time. Decent re-entry will be 3 for 3 here. That 50% is right near the prior day high. Might just get trailed. See if the trail gets taken. Trail still holding on. Still holding on. NQ, a little bit of churn here near VWAP. VWAPy, volume is really tapered down. Oh, here comes the trail now. There's the trail. Trailed out. Back into session lows. Overnight lows, your downside reference point from here if the lows fail. Some decent action so far. A little two-way trading. See if the compression idea continues to pan out. Overnight gap has not yet been filled. We still have this kind of area right through there. So the level is 258 prior day close. Crypticon made 40% off the NQ short. Is that the were you in the think tank in like 2018, 2019? I recognize that name. D-Wall done for the day. Nice work, man. I don't know why you say done for the day though. I already know you're gonna be active in about 40 minutes in the think tank, so buyer's trying to defend this low, 275-ish. At this point, I'll just wait for 10 a.m. There's your new low of day. Decent volume here. Got some blips of above average. It's good to see. Spring, not for me. Maybe. So far it is, but no entry there for me. Wait until 10. Waiting for 10 a.m. Keep an eye on this 5 minute candle. If we get the hammer here. It's gonna be for if you're in the spring idea, it's gonna be your first kind of initial area to reduce into VWAP here. A nice little push. No position. Good spot for it though. Here's the 50% fib. And 10 a.m. There's 10 a.m. for you. Got some solid action so far this morning. See how it develops from here. So still kind of working that compression idea that we talked about before the open. See if we end up getting just sideways range for today. A little bit of churn, some churn right through here. Staying patient. Waiting for that next setup. Volume tapering down again. Keep an eye on that volume today. It's got more churn here near the VWAP. Session volume point of control just shifted higher, 320. Look at that barcode. Coming back in at 300 here. See if buyers have any interest again. Yeah, there's the push. I missed the entry. Damn. A little too slow with it. Damn it. And Q back in a prior day high. Yeah, that entry was quick. You had about 1 second to get your limit buy in there. At least for the execution style that I use, no market orders. Nice play though. A nice setup right there. A little retest of the level of interest. Look at the volume too. Retest of the level of interest into the structure high and beyond, into the prior day high. It's your target. Thing is, when you miss an entry, do not chase. Do not chase higher. Never chase. And Q into that 61% fib. So far, compression day has been spot on. I mean, it's very, very early, but a little rejection there at the 61% fib. Right back into VWAP and session volume point of control. I would have preferred to have seen a full push into the overnight high and the 400 level of interest for that compression idea. You want to see the whole range trade, the whole intraday range. So just staying patient right now. Still 3 for 3. I missed that. Like I said, I missed that retest at the 300 that I wanted. Decent morning so far. Can't complain. Can't complain. $300 holds again. Got ES. S&P sitting on 5,900 level of interest. Pretty nice reactions there. If you like to trade ES. Nice hold of 300 again. This is going to be first target area, prior day high. Good spot to trim, trail, manage. So we got more signs of the compression. About 45 minutes into the sesh. Just want to keep an eye on the edge points of this range. So basically 400, session low, 275, and of course the 300 level of interest. Sellers continue to show up right through here. 61% fib and prior day high. ES has not been able to break above VWAP here. NASDAQ pretty much just churning through that prior day structure. Noteworthy that it did not fill the overnight gap yet. Pretty much just churning here from that prior day structure point. Some nice action at 300. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Levels of interest. Fascinating. Horizontal lines on the chart, and price just responds to them. That's so wild. The power of a horizontal line when used correctly, of course. See, buyers can actually show some acceptance now above the 61% fib, those local highs right here. More compression. It may be time to call it, honestly. Might be that time. The structure's getting a little bit tighter. ES even worse churn over there. All right, Ray, take care, man. Yeah, a lot of barcode now. Don't want to get chopped up. This volume is not helping, right? Look at some of the volume we had earlier looked pretty good, but now this is below average. Yeah, 10 more minutes probably a good idea. Max. There we go. Right back in a prior day high. Not bad for some structure-based action. Yeah, YM coming into overnight high again. That thing's finally waking up. All right, folks, I think we call it right there. Think we call it. The compression idea is panning out quite nicely. I continue to watch this structure. Mostly interested in the edge points though. 300 of course stays on watch, and then 400. Lower expectations for today, like I wrote up in the pre-market prep notes and talked about before the session started, just based on the fact that we have two back-to-back expansion days. No economic data today. Maybe due for a little compression, right? A little bit of compression. So keep an eye on volume. But look at this action. It's getting tighter and tighter. Don't overdo it. Do not overdo it. It's a decent morning though. We'll keep it going in the think tank if anything else happens here. But again, like I said, low expectations, low expectations. So enjoy the rest of your day. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Thanks for your time. Take care.